Welcome to the Wilderness Runner channel. I'm gonna go for a light run right now, basically however far I want to go. Running on BC, that's British Columbia, 37 here, about halfway between, that's also known as the Stewart-Cassiar Highway. I'm think about halfway, approximately, very approximately, between the southern entrance onto this road at, Kitwanga, British Columbia, and the northern exit onto the Alaska Highway, which is just across into the Yukon border. Then the Alaska Highway dips down briefly into British Columbia again. Before, okay, this is the clear ice. Before it edges up into the Yukon again a second time, stays in the Yukon, all the way to Alaska. So I've felt a lot of pressure that I put on myself since I made this channel to get way out into the wilderness, way off of the road and everything else, and to make some polished videos. And I think those are good desires to have, but I was just revisiting the very beginning of my running journey as an adult, because I didn't run between middle school and about age 25 when I got back into it for a little while. Then I got injured because I made some really fast progress, and then I thought I could sprint a long distance in zero drop, zero support shoes, and it resulted in an ankle injury, which took literally years to recover from. And now, no pain there for a while, knock on wood. I want to get back into this journey with the same mindset that I used to have back when I was 25, because it was a really healthy mindset in my opinion. And that is, I'm putting no pressure on myself at all in any way to do anything or accomplish anything in particular. The goal is simply to create space in every day for myself to run, and then once I start to run, I can run as little or as much as I want. And I actually limited it a little bit back then because I had created a whole schedule for myself so that every day I did a whole bunch of things that I wanted to do, and I think I only gave myself 20 minutes to run. So if anything, I'd like to take that really healthy mindset of as much or as little as I want and just give myself even a little more freedom to run a little bit more if I want to. But today, I don't really think that's going to end up being the case. I was winded very quickly, and I've been driving. One of my jobs is self-employment. I do deliveries of all sizes and all types and all locations. So right now I'm on my way to Alaska. I have 2 deliveries going to Alaska, and I have a pickup there, which is kind of more exciting because it is a lightweight aircraft. So I've been sitting and driving a lot. If you want to check out that journey, I do have a YouTube channel for that as well. It's called Send It Delivery Co. There is an exclamation point after the word it and a period behind the co. That's been the YouTube channel I've been most active on. But running is something I'm a lot more passionate about in certain ways. Actually, just getting outside and exercising. And I see it as a part of the whole because, you know, I think that enjoying yourself is a contribution to society in a way, because we all want to do a little bit of that while we're alive. Actually, we should want to do a lot of that while we're alive. And a lot of people don't see enough reason to give themselves permission to kind of have fun and do exciting things. And I think that when I do that, and even when I make videos, which some people would say is like not contributing anything to society, but it is. This is your permission to put on some running shoes, step outside your door, and go for a run if you want to. I mean, if you're watching this video and you're 7 minutes in, you must be somewhat interested in running. Or something else about this video captured your attention. And it wasn't that I'm sitting in a factory making some cheap plastic toys or something. You know, I'll probably hit a lot of these same topics in my videos over and over from different directions, just hoping that I land on the right way or ways to say it once or twice. But a lot of what we consider to be productive is anti-productive, or counterproductive. Like, someone has a job, we pat them on the back, and I'm not like having a job is a good thing. I'm self-employed and I work another job as well. I work in outdoor education and I'm self-employed. I work much longer hours than the average person. Sometimes, even in either one of those jobs, I'm working longer hours than the average person. When you put them together, it's kind of crazy. I think being employed is important and good, or doing something with your time that benefits society is good. But sometimes we look at any employment and say, cool, that's good. And yes, there's good things about it. You're bringing home a paycheck, and we can stop there. But if I'm, sitting in a factory all day making cheap plastic junk to bring home a paycheck, or let's say I own the factory, because let's be honest, most factories that make that cheap plastic junk aren't in the United States. So let's say I own the factory, patting myself on the back, good job, making lots of money here. But what am I doing to do that? I'm paying a bunch of people probably unfair, not dignified wages to create junk that nobody needs, to sell to people who don't need it. to probably get thrown away within a year and end up in a landfill. It'd be better off if I wasn't employed. The world would be better off if I wasn't employed, if that's what I'm going to call my employment. And I'm riding a fine line here with my delivery services job. And it's kind of a weird one to think about, because I really, really like all the people I work with typically. And I like that I'm providing a service for them, and I'm bringing them something that they wanted to have. And also I'm like, is it really necessary? Am I doing anybody any good in the end? Am I doing myself any good by sitting on my butt all day driving? Do they really need the stuff I'm bringing them? What if we'd all be happier without it? I'd be happier without bringing them the stuff and all the time and labor that takes, and maybe they'd be happier if they weren't buying it and they had more time and more money to do things like this. So I guess this is like the yin to the yang of what else I'm doing, and maybe that's just a nice way to put it, but this is where this is the channel, and this is I think where I started saying that was I want to spend more time on this channel. I want to invest more in this channel. I want to do more running. I want to get outside more. I want to turn my life more towards this, because I'm pretty confident that it has value. I'm pretty confident that if it's done right, it can be really healthy for me, and maybe I can inspire other people to pursue a lifestyle that's more healthy to them. And the really beautiful thing about it, which is the note I want to leave this video on, is that it doesn't cost me anything except maybe the used running shoes that I'm wearing. We all got to buy shoes anyways. Very few of us are walking around barefoot, and there is such a thing as barefoot running. So if that's your thing, you know, you can go that way. We often think that the things that are gonna make us enjoy life cost a lot of money, and so we work really hard to have lots of money to spend on things that we think will make us happy, and sometimes they don't. And sometimes it's things like running that do, because you're making yourself into a person who is stronger, who feels better, who feels more fit, you know. And that's part of the mindset of my approach to running too, is like, I'm not gonna force myself to go beyond what feels good to me at any given time. And I don't think it's gonna limit my results. I think it might free me to get better results, because like deep down, I believe that I really want to feel better. I want to be able to breathe deeper. I want to be able to move more freely and more quickly. You know, doing only what I want isn't going to prevent me from getting results, because I want those things. But it is going to allow me to let my body dictate the speed at which I go through that process. And I'm going to look at it like every single day that I get outside and give myself time and permission to run and breathe a little bit deeper than I would have if I hadn't done that, I'm going to assume that that's forward progress. And, you know, forward progress inevitably accumulates. And the question is, as you start to get older, does it accumulate more quickly than the aging process? You know, does the reverse? I don't know. That's a question that is going to be answered differently for all of us, and it's going to be answered differently for me now that I'm 34, restarting this journey. The process and the results are probably going to look different than they looked when I was 25 starting it. But that is what it is. Those are things outside my control. All I can control is that I do step outside every day and give myself time and space to go for a run. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.